back with another video, and I want to say thank you guys. I want to start off with the video, thank you to everybody who's subscribed, who's checked out the channel, who's really, done a lot for me, especially this year. It was a big year for me to really start the channel and to, be motivated to keep it up. So I want to say thank you to everybody again. I really appreciate it, and very humbling to see, everyone out there support a new content creator. But yeah, I just wanted to do a small video ending the year with another, I know the uploads have been sporadic, work, life, family, all that definitely gets in the way sometimes, especially if you can't do this full time. But I just want to say again, thank you guys so much. And I want to do a small video talking about the games that I played this year. Games I played, beat, and really discovered this year. So let's jump into it. All right, so the first game on this list is Sly Cooper 1 on the PlayStation Vita. Absolutely had a blast playing this game. I went back, was playing it, and I just had a blast going, having some nostalgia back on this one. Now, if you can't play it, I highly recommend it's on the Vita, the PlayStation 3 collection, or you can play it on the PlayStation Now service. Highly recommend it. It's a fun title, especially if you have young kids. It's a fun title to go back to, and I really hope they do something with this franchise again. The second title I played this year and was Mass Effect 1 and 2. Now, I had this grand idea to do Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation 3, do a comparison review against the PlayStation 4 when the Legendary Edition was coming out, but I had just an ambitious idea and didn't realize the time it was going to take to do that, something like that. But yeah, I played Mass Effect 1 and 2, really solid titles, still hold up. I played the trilogy on the 360 already, and I was wanting to get the trophies on the PS3, so going back, definitely worth it. Mass Effect 1 still holds up. Mass Effect 2 is still great. I didn't finish 3. I started it and then I just never got around back to it. But yeah, Mass Effect 1, the loading times were a little long and the pop-ins were a little weird, but Mass Effect 2 still holds up. It is so good. That story is amazing. But yeah, that was my idea for that. All right, so the next title I played was my first PlayStation 5 game, and that was Astros Playroom. Solid, fun game. The nostalgia feel that it brings back, all the, throwbacks to all the older generations of PlayStation. Really enjoyed it. You get a sense of the DualSense, all the different varieties that you can do with the haptic feedbacks and all that. It was such a solid, fun title to play, and highly recommend if you have kids. And I think it was one of the best platformers, and I think they could do a whole lot more. I would gladly play for a full title of that game, and I really hope we see some more from that studio. Next game that I played this year was, happy to support in the community, and that was Twin Breakers, A Sacred Symbols Adventure. Written by Colin Moriarty, starring Chris Reagan, Lily Mo Games. A really fun indie title. It's a cross-buy. You get on Vita, you get the PS4 version. Had a blast. I got the platinum for the PS4 version. I was going for the Vita version, but then my Vita is starting to get the drift in one of the sticks. I got to get that fixed. But yeah, highly recommend it. If you want a small indie title with some great writing and, just something to break the mold, highly recommend it, and then you support somebody in the community, and that's awesome to do. So I can't wait to see what they're doing next at Lilymo. I hear it's going to be a JRPG, who knows, or RPG, but I'm happy to see it and can't wait to see what we see there. So this next game that I played, it is a very decisive. You have a lot of people who either loved it or hate it, and that was Days Gone. I fortunately got to play the PlayStation 5 version. Now, they don't have an official version, but I played the upgradedness of it, as in higher fidelity, 60 frames, a lot of the bugs squashed, on launch on the PS4 it had a lot of problems. So I could see why people hate it, and I can see why people love it. I fall into the category, I loved it. The mechanics, the zombies, the hordes, all that has a great, world to it. Now, the story, I was kind of like there were some parts where it kind of trugged along, but overall I did enjoy it. But there were some slow parts to it. But yeah, I can't wait to see what Ben's studio does next. Either if it's something in this world, a sequel, another game, I really can't wait to see what that studio does next. So this one I was really excited and finally got a chance to go back to and really play, and that was Control. I got the Ultimate Edition. Loved this game. The game mechanics, the gunplay, the story, the way they did the cinematography, some of the scenes were just so well done that I loved this game. I absolutely loved Control. I want to see more. I hope we get more of this game. You know, they did do a tie-in with Alan Wake. Now Remedy's doing Alan Wake, but I've seen that they've got multiple teams working, so hopefully we'll get something more in the future in the vein of Control, or at least a sequel. I would love to see. I highly recommend Control. Alright, so the next game that I was able to play this year and finish was Infamous First Light. Now this is a smaller title. It is a prequel to Infamous Second Son. Has a perfect way to tie in. I highly recommend it, especially if you can catch it on a sale. It's a little bit shorter, you know, the map is a lot shorter, but it is fun. It has all the gameplay that you expect in an Infamous game. You know, very fun and just a really solid story. And for, you know, I think it only took me like 4 hours to complete. That's perfect. It didn't stay too long and it wasn't too short. So it was a perfect amount. So I highly recommend Infamous First Light. The next game I was able to play this year, and I'm so happy I was able to, and that was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Wow. Waited on this game for a long time, finally played it. Such a fantastic story. The mechanics, the gameplay was so good. You know, if you're a fan of Star Wars Force Unleashed, I highly recommend this one. The story is great, and then just being able to get all your abilities and just feel like a really badass Jedi. What else could you want? Now, I was going for the platinum. 2 trophies glitched out on me. So I ended up I was going to say F it, but then I saw that if I go back and play the PS4 version and upload my save, come back down, I could pop the trophies. But then I started playing the PS4 version and the load times are, ooh. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then whoever did the design of some of these levels, man, going back into some of these levels is like a maze, and getting out, and that guy, he just really had a vendetta against some people. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order. Highly recommend it. Alright, so the next title I was able to play this year, now it is a cross-buy, so if you get it on Vita, you get it on the PlayStation 4, and that was My Name is Mayo. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not proud of it. I've played some shitty games on the Xbox to grab a quick gamer score. Definitely not Avatar or King Kong. So you don't have to go look. Please don't. Alright, so those were the games that I played and beat this year. You know, a lot of my backlog, still ever growing. I'm still buying games. Don't know when I'm going to get to them. But I think that's just a gamer problem. But as always, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Those are the games I beat this year. Let me know in the comment section below games you played and beat this year in 2021. You know, also, I want to leave on a positive note with you guys. I want to again say thank you, and I appreciate everyone who subscribed or checks out the channel any way and help the channel grow. I always appreciate that. You know, I see you guys out there commenting, and just it really humbles me and appreciate it. And I want to say, you know, with the new year starting, you know, get those New Year's resolutions going. You know, start those things you want to do and manifest some great things. You know, sometimes the things we want to go, they don't go as planned. We might mess up our resolutions, but guess what? You can always start the next day, the next hour, the next minute. As long as you're always putting one foot forward, that's what really matters in the grand scheme of things. But I just appreciate you guys doing this, you know, checking out the video, helping me out, and I cannot wait to see you guys next year.